Hello everybody, it's Zack for another weekly update. A few things today. First of all, videos this week should be normal. At the end of the week, starting Thursday night going into Saturday night, is a Jewish holiday of Shavuot, or Pentecost, I think. So that is, I'm not going to be around from Thursday night till Saturday night, but I already have this week's Final Fantasy VII's recorded, and most of the Much Games videos. I don't know if I'm going to be putting up a VOD, like Animal Crossing thing for Saturday, but at the very least I have other stuff, like I never put Night in the Woods up on my channel, so I have those videos prepared, so I could just do that this week. Put a couple of those up. Videos should be normal, but if they're not, you know why. And let's see. Last week, we had Animal Crossing stream, we had Final Fantasy VII, and we had more Trails in the Sky, so everything there was all good. In Final Fantasy VII, I'm up to Sector 5 stuff, so that's cool. I've recorded up to, where are we doing? What are we doing? We just had a fight with a Turk, and we were told to leave. That's right. That's right. We're up to the part where Aerys's mother tells us to leave. So that's where I am in the recordings. Spoilers. I'm trying to give spoilers of stuff that was in the original game. So it's the part where you go back to Aerys's house and the mother's like, "Hey, can you leave tonight?" So that's that. And in Trails in the Sky, it's Danganronpa now. So that's cool. It's not actually Danganronpa. We're just having school life. It's just the way that they phrased it in the game. So this past week also was very productive, I must say. I got 4 drawings that I'm proud of done, so that's cool. The first of which was for Messianella stream. I do not want to install iTunes right now, thank you very much. Messiah stream, she was talking with chat about My Hero Academia. So I drew her in the style of the show, kind of. So she's just like in the show style. There's Mifa over there, and I really like how it came out. Let's see what else happened this week. So that was on Monday, 18th, Monday. Playing more Animal Crossing, surprisingly. There was this meme going around of a Sailor Moon redraw, which essentially people are taking this like one picture from Sailor Moon, this picture from Sailor Moon, and redrawing it in their styles. But since I don't have a style, I chose one, so I tried to do it in a Tetsuya Nomura type thing, like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, like that kind of. So I tried to do it in more of like a Tetsuya Nomura type of thing, especially just with the eyes and the face. I think it came out nicely. I really like it anyway. So that was my take on that meme. So that was 3 days ago. That was the 20th. So that was Wednesday. There's a lot of good versions of that meme. I watched through Star Wars: The Clone Wars with my brother, the show on Disney Plus. The newer Clone Wars show, not the original, which you can't find legally. The Tarkovsky one. I really want to watch that again. That was so good. The Clone Wars show, since it finished, my brother and I have been binge watching it for the past few weeks, and we finally finished it, and it is good. Especially that last season. It's like, It's so good. It's so good. Let's see. Oh, so one of Stephen George's mods, question mark, Wembler, did a, let's see if I can get my hands on it 1 second. I got a commission from them of my my cat in Animal Crossing style. So let me just go back to it. I think they might still be open for commissions on that Wembler. But where is it? Somewhere around here anyway. So it's easier just to go to likes. It's a lot of weird stuff happened this week too. I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and it's always important at one time, and then I just completely forget about it, and then I remember it when I'm not recording weekly update videos. I swear it was important. I kind of remember what I wanted to talk about. Come on, Dovey. It wasn't that long ago. Where is it? There it is. God. Took a while to scroll through. So is my cat, Wubsy, as like an Animal Crossing character, and I just love how she came out. I mean, look at that. It's so good. It's so good. That was a good $15 well spent. So maybe I'll try to work it into the end of the video. Excuse me. I'm drinking more coffee, which isn't good for your voice because my voice is scratchy because I drink coffee. So I did a drawing of Shantae, the half genie hero, Shantae. The genie, I was doing like pose practice, and I decided, hey, I've never drawn Shantae before, so let's draw her. And I really like how it came out. And I sent it over to the Shantae Twitter, and they retweeted it. It's at 600 likes. So that's kind of crazy. And I've been trying to post more of my art on my art Twitter specifically, but it's just I annoy myself because I only have but like out of the was it like 1,200-ish people that follow me on Dovey, my Sephiroth 1204 Twitter account, which maybe 100 people, 150 people that actually pay attention if I'm lucky, and only like a smaller subsets are actually active, but like I'm pretty sure 99% of that is bots, like 100%. But I have 99 followers on my art account. So like if I post art there, that's not going out to my audience. And a lot of people follow my main Twitter because of the art I do. So like I have to keep retweeting back and forth and at different times. And, I know that it probably annoys a lot of people. They either turned off retweets entirely because I do that. But like I either like do a retweet and then like later in the night and then in the next morning or whatever, and depending on how much I like the thing, and I'm trying to shove it in people's faces. So I understand how annoying that gets because it bothers me that I do it. But like there's literally no other way to promote myself except for retweeting my own stuff. Unless I just keep on bothering people that have larger followings than me, which is attention seeking on its own, and I just hate that. I hate that so much. But yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I keep retweeting my own stuff. I really am, but I'm going to keep doing it because it's literally the only way to get these things done. Also posting it in all the Discords and whatever that I do. I know that if you share several Discords with me, you just keep seeing my stuff everywhere, and I'm sorry. I really am. I know that it's annoying. I'm not oblivious. I die inside. But that's the only thing that I can do. So another thing that I did, to talk about my art more, another thing I did was, people have been doing, there's like a trend that started, somebody did Chaka Conroy's like CC logo as Banjo-Kazooie, and then like he did a few more styles, and Emil retweeted it, and so a bunch of other people started doing his logo in like other game styles, because like whenever he does a new Let's Play, he does, Stephen George makes him like a fancy new logo for the Let's Play. So a bunch of people have been getting in on that. So I decided to do that, and also get in on fan art for his Mystery Dungeon Let's Play, which started. So what I did, I didn't want to just do like a regular logo. I did the style of the Final Fantasy VIII logo. His starting team is he's a Skitty and his partner's Trico. So I did it like Final Fantasy VIII. So I really like how this came out. Like, also Sushi looks really creepy back there. Just look at him over there with the light dimmed. His eyes get bigger. That's not right. That's not right. I'm sorry. But yeah, I really like how this came out. Like, I think it looks very much like a Final Fantasy logo, or like, you know, that style of like, you know, the lions and the coloring and everything. I'm just gonna put it right over there. So yeah, I was very happy with it. So that's where the conversation about me being annoying by retweeting things started, because I retweeted that. Usually I don't retweet fan art that I do. I retweet like regular art, but like not stuff that I specifically at to other people like John or Luke or Missay or whatever. I don't usually retweet those because my intended audience is the person I'm making the fan art for. But here, in this case, I retweeted it because I was really proud of it. So, yeah, that's why the conversation started of like, yeah, I know it's annoying. I'm going to do it anyway, but I understand that people probably don't like it. So let's see. Coco moved into my town at Animal Crossing, but the game forced me to kill Lionel. So I made a little like Danganronpa death poster for him. Let's see. I'm just gonna hold this in my hand so I don't forget. Excuse me. That's art prints. Art prints from the past few months. I haven't ordered them since mid-March because of the lockdown and stuff. I didn't want to like do that, but with I have them mailed in. I can either get them from a CVS here or I have them mailed in. So I usually like getting them from the CVS here because it's usually like a little bit more saturated, or like the colors are just more accurate. But I'm not going to print out my pictures and force the CVS people to do that work, you know, during all this. So I had it mailed out from Snapfish, which is still open and just more automated. So like, it's not as, it's like the quality is a little off, but I'm not going to, in the middle of a pandemic, go to CVS and have them print out my art. That is not nice. Let's see. My little brother got Raymond in his town. He was going like villager hunting because someone moved out, and Raymond was the first island that he went to, and he's like, what do I do with all these tickets now? It's very funny. So yeah, I got the Chuck Conroy logo thingy. Again, I really like how it came out. I'd spend like 20 minutes on that thing. That's it. But sometimes you just have an idea, and that's exactly the idea that comes out of your mind, and it's great. Like the idea that comes out of your mind goes on the paper is what I'm trying to say. Alright, it was my dad's birthday on Friday, so like the last drawing that I did for the week. Again, it was a productive week. It was the drawings I did, and then watching the shows and recording stuff and still streaming, and I got a couple of 4 terabyte hard drives so that I can back up my PC finally, because I store all my Let's Play videos on hard drives, and just in case my PC fails and just in case my YouTube channel gets destroyed or something, I have them so that I can start over again. But I didn't, I was running out of space on my 2 terabyte portable drive that, I used. 1 second. Come on. Sideways? No. Okay, fine. So I got a couple of 4 terabyte hard drives, one for storage and one for backup. Like backup of my PC in general. So it was my dad's birthday, so I drew him. So that was the last picture I did. I really like how it came out. And yeah, so it was just a productive week again, and it was cool. And I don't know how long this is gonna last, because there's always a down after the up. I also did 2. I don't know if that was this week or it was kind of over the weekend. I did 2 emotes for the Juker. So those are live on his channel right now. And yeah, so I got prints of just the stuff that I've been doing. Like I did this for Proton John's stream. It was for a Dust Let's Play that he was doing. Yeah, the Futaba Patreon things. I did like a goldish sheen of the Persona 5 poster, because I just liked how that looked. So I was testing stuff out with that. Got a smaller one of that too. The on picture. There we go. The on picture. The Mifith thing that I did for stream. Joker. So that was March. Nagito's birthday sketch. Misei's birthday sketch. Not sketch, drawing. This is the commission that I did for Mr. Movies. This was April's Patreon thing for him. The Nagito, female Nagito. Vert. The TRG Coliseum thing that I did of all the main players there. The poster redraw for KK Slider. So that was April. And in May, it was the Cherry Hunter in the Fulikuli, Mr. Movies thing. Ishtola, Philia, thing that I did for Chilled, technically his Patreon thing. And that's all the ones that I ordered, because I ordered this a couple weeks ago because it takes a little while to ship. So in the meantime, I did a whole bunch of other stuff that I'll have to get shipped in another time. But so that is that. Just keeping this all ordered by month. And for the I'm saving also like just the sketch papers. I have like little Pokemon pads here. It's like this is the ideas for Juker's emote. There's like a hey emote, so we went with 3. This was ideas for his cry emote, so we went with the top one more or less. And this was just a sketch out for the Final Fantasy VIII thing. I have like the basic thing of like what the actual logo looked like with Renault and Squall down there, and up here was Trico and Skitty. So anyway, excuse me. So yeah, so that's pretty much this week, right? Anything else interesting happen over the weekend? There's a lot of good things with the Sailor Moon redraws, and people started doing redraws of Avatar. Avatar is really popular again because it was put on Netflix or something. I need to rewatch it. Let's take some water bottles, pretty much empty. And like some people doing Card Captor Sakura, and it was good stuff. And right, so I retweeted a thing yesterday. Someone had like apology cakes, and one says, "I'm sorry, I can't tell if you're down to be friends or just tolerating me," and the other one says, "I overthink every interaction and mistake I've ever made," and then in parentheses, "sorry." So that's me, very much. That's not really what I want to talk about at the moment, but that's been banging around in my head for a while. I have this thing. So I just assume naturally, as my personality, that I am that first thing, that I am on everybody's last nerve all the time. Everybody I know, everybody I interact with, like even if I've never interacted with them before this, I assume, and I can't stop it, that I'm on everybody's last nerve. Doesn't matter how good friends I am with them. And that in combination with knowing a lot of people who, through no fault of their own, they're very busy people who don't check social media often, especially their DMs. Like that couples together to super anxiety. Like I send them something, either like a picture or a question or whatever, and I don't get a response for days. And they're like, active in other ways, either making videos or whatever, and I don't get a response at all. And it could be that they just saw it and they forgot to answer or whatever. It's always, at least recently, it's always the, either they didn't get to it or they procrastinating or whatever. It's never the "I hate you, Dovey." But my brain says you can't rule that out. Sure, 3 days ago they were like, "Hey, Dovey, you're great, and it's great to have you around," but things have changed, Dovey. So yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to work on that in the therapy, but it's one of those things I just can't. So it's very stressful, which is why I usually just don't talk to people, like through DMs or conversations or anything, because it's just like my brain tells me that like you shouldn't do this because they're already up to here with you, and if you try to initiate anything else, that's gonna be it. So a little background behind why Dovey doesn't talk, because he doesn't want to. He doesn't like. Just especially with Discord, I get so much anxiety over Discord. Why do I still use it? Because it's literally the only way to contact people sometimes, and I want to be part of things, but at the same time, I don't join in on things because I know in my brain, it seems to be a fact that I am on the very last straw, the last nerve of an entire bundle of nerves with everybody that I know constantly. And the reason why they're not answering me is because either they're just so done with me at that point, or they're getting ready to yell at me. It's only a matter of time. So, so that's fun. And then, a few days later, sometimes, the person gets back to me and like, "Oh, sorry about that," and like, "Oh, I love this picture," or, "Yeah, that answers the question, nothing is wrong." And I'm like, but, every time. It's just a terrible combination of just assuming that everyone hates you and knowing people who are uncommunicative, but not on purpose, just because that's either them or they're busy or they just do not check. They don't live on social media like some people, Dovey. So that's fun. So that's something that just gives me lots of anxiety, and it's not their fault at all. It's entirely on me. And the other thing was sometimes I talk to people Sometimes I talk to people. That's the problem. That's the other problem. Sometimes I talk to people. No. So sometimes I talk to people, or I see, like, I just see how, friend groups are or whatever, and I have, like, a role that I see myself in, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's true. I don't want to talk about it, because, like, it gets into, like, what goes on to Dovey's head, and I don't, there's some things that I just, like, don't want to talk about there, but, like, I have a role that I see myself in sometimes. I feel like other people, like, don't understand exactly how everyone else sees me. This is getting, like, vague and weird. So I know a lot of people. We'll put facts on the table here. I know a lot of people. Some of those people are famous, either Twitter famous, YouTube famous, whatever. They have followings. We'll for the sake of argument, we'll say famous is people that have more of a following than I do, which is a lot of people. I don't have a large following. So there are famous people, and there are people that I'm friends with, and people that follow me. I'm not going to group any particular person in any particular category, but there are groups. So I happen to know a bunch of people that have larger followings than myself. Because of this, I think that people assume that I'm connected to them when, like, in terms of, like, asking me questions, or, like, treating me differently. And, like, I don't like that, because by assuming I'm connected, people either A, think I'm unapproachable for some reason. They're like, oh man, Dovey, I didn't want to talk to you because you know X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I'm not cool. Don't put me on anything. Or they assume that I can ask someone something and get a response, or like a affirmative response, like, hey, can you join this, or can, what do you think about this, or what? When, like, the reality is, with, I would say, most of the people I know, whether they're famous or not, I'm not, like, a priority person. To explain what that means in my mind, like, I'm not I can't get things done. Sometimes I wish I could. I don't like asking my friends to do things, or, like, trying to leverage favors out of friendship, because I feel like that is slightly toxic, at least for me. Can't say about other people, but, like, even if I wanted to leverage things out of friendship, I don't think that people see me. Maybe it's because I don't want to, but I don't think that people see me as a priority in terms of being able to ask for things. And most of the time that doesn't bother me, because I don't like asking for things from my friends. But sometimes when something important comes up, or someone wants a favor, and, I can be a go-between, I know that it's not going to work. Like, I could try, but I know that I'm not the type of person that can just ask, like, hey, can you join this, or can you say something to somebody else, or happy birthday, or whatever, like little things and big things. But, like, I know this is all very vague, but I'm not someone that can get things done, and, despite knowing a lot of people. And I think a lot of people assume that I do, because I know people, but I don't know. I'm not like that. I'm not that guy. And it bothers me sometimes to know that I can't be relied upon in that way. Or that, like, people think that I'm not trying because I can't be relied upon in that way. Like, hey, why don't you help out over here? You know this person. Why can't you do that? And like, have you seen, like, I don't know. I don't interact with people in that way. I'm sorry for confusing you all. Hopefully, like, you can get a little bit of a gist of what I mean here, because it's very confusing to me too. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not that guy. Like, you know people. Everybody knows that one person that seems to know everybody, and they're like, everyone else is like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Like, yeah, I would die for him. And like you're like, oh my god, you know that person? Like, yeah, like we did X, Y, and Z together. I'm not that guy. Not that guy. I just happen to know people who know people. But sometimes I think and I wish, like, hey, maybe I could be that person that can wrangle people together for other people. Be that middleman. But I'm not a priority for the people that I know, so I can never have the clout to organize it, to help organize anything, and it bothers me because people do ask, or they assume that they just, a lot of people just assume that, like, knowing someone equals being able to ask them for favors or things, and it's just no. And it ties into the first thing, that sometimes when I do ask people and they don't respond to me because they're busy, I go, oh no. See? Here's Zoe rambling. What I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not special. Sometimes I'm able to fit myself into communities and kind of just be a remora on the back of a whale or a shark or something, just kind of latching on and holding on there. And remora isn't a parasite, it's a symbiotic relationship. The remora cleans off the skin and everything, so it's not being a parasite, but the remora is certainly not able to do anything on his own. So that's just how things go. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I'm not, like, particularly cool. And it bothers me when people think that I am, because then they think that I'm able to actually get things done, and that's just not the case. But anyway, what I can get done apparently is art sometimes. So that's cool. But, yeah, I'm not, it kind of just ties back into the, people have a different idea of who I am than who I actually am. And I don't know how to disabuse them of that notion without, like, making them upset at me. But anyway, yeah. What I'm trying to say is I'm not cool. If you think that I am, then I apologize for misleading you. But yeah. Anything else? Can we end this off on a happy note? Animal Crossing stream on Tuesday. I'm going to try to stream on Wednesday too. I'm not sure what yet, but I'll try something. And Xenoblade comes out on Friday, so that's a good thing. I'm not going to be around for it, but I'm having it shipped in anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I appreciate the people that stick around despite me not having any particular inherent usefulness to the community at large. I mean, the things that I do, I don't see them having like particularly good. Like my videos, at least, is for people to watch. So like that, people enjoy, and they've been watching for a while. And I like to see the happy comments of people being like, "Hey, you know, that's cool." But the art is mostly for me, and I understand that it's that, aside from the commissions, which are for the person who paid for it. But I appreciate the people that still talk to me despite me either being boring. I mean, I have this monotone voice, I just go on and on. Either being boring or not useful for, you know, their purposes. But one day maybe I'll figure something out, or I'll get a little bit of clout in order to start leveraging stuff. But I'm not a again, the way that I have it in my mind is I'm not a priority to people, which, you know, I don't want to be a priority to everybody, but at least a higher level of something. I don't know. I always want more, and then when I get there, I'm like, I don't need this responsibility. But right now, not having that clout hurts, because everybody is online stuck, you know, outside their own lives. So everybody is like, they need help, and I can't really do anything with that because I'm not a somebody. Anyway, that's rambling. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for not getting offended at what I say, because I don't know. When I ramble like this, I usually like think about it afterwards. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make people unhappy, aren't I? You know, especially when I talk about like the people that I know, and some people take that the wrong way. I don't mean to do that. I don't want to seem like I'm pushing my contacts in other people's faces. Because, like, that's not the point of having friends. But, like, I also don't want to say that I don't know people, because I do. There's, like, a difference between lying and being humble. It's all very confusing, and it's a weird social landscape to navigate. But anyway. So that's things that have been popping around in my head for the past couple weeks. But yeah, so if I don't talk to you, it's because I'm scared of you being angry at me. And it's not because of you, it's because of me. It's not because you've done anything to me ever. Like, literally every person I know. They could be the nicest person, always, like, never had a problem with me, and I assume they hate me. And I have, over the years of therapy that I've had already, it's all almost been over a year and a half of therapy. I haven't been able to work through that yet. But we're working on it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm really going to stop talking, I promise. Yeah, stay awesome. You know, even if I don't think I'm awesome, I know that you are. So, anyway, bye everybody. Bye-bye.